Cell differentiation and specialization. Learning objectives. After studying this topic, you should be able to understand that many cells in living organisms are specialized and perform a specific function. Understand that cells differentiate as an organism develops, meaning they change and develop different subcellular structures that allow them to perform particular roles. Know that most animal cells lose the ability to differentiate once they become specialized, while many plant cells keep this ability throughout their life. Know that in mature animals, cell division is mainly used for repair and replacement of damaged or worn-out cells.
Be able to link the structure of different specialized cells to their function, including sperm cells, nerve cells and muscle cells in animals, and root hair cells, xylem and phloem cells in plants.
Cell differentiation and specialization. Not all cells in an organism perform the same task. In fact, different types of cells carry out very different functions. Because of this, the structure of cells can vary depending on the job they perform. This relationship between structure and function is extremely important in biology. A cell's shape, size, and the subcellular structures it contains are all adapted to help it carry out its role effectively. These structural differences arise through a process known as cell differentiation. What is a specialized cell? A specialized cell is a cell that has developed particular features that allow it to carry out a specific function in the organism.
Most cells in multicellular organisms are specialized.
Their structure helps them perform their job efficiently. Because of this, specialized cells can look very different from each other. For example, some cells are designed to move quickly. Others are specialized to transmit signals.
Some cells are adapted to absorb substances.
Others are built to transport materials around the organism. Cell differentiation. Differentiation is the process by which a cell changes and becomes specialized for a particular function. At the beginning of development, many cells are unspecialized. These cells gradually change as the organism grows.
During differentiation, cells develop different subcellular structures, which allow them to carry out specific tasks.
For example, a basic unspecialized cell might differentiate into a nerve cell, a muscle cell, a blood cell. Most differentiation occurs during early development when an organism is growing. In animals, once cells become specialized, they usually lose the ability to change into other types of cells. In plants, however, many cells retain the ability to differentiate throughout their life. This is why plants can often continue to grow new tissues even when they are mature. In mature animals, the few cells that can still differentiate are mainly used for repairing and replacing damaged cells, such as skin cells or blood cells. Some cells remain unspecialized throughout life. These are called stem cells. Linking cell structure to function. In exams, you are often asked to explain how the structure of a cell helps it perform its function.
To answer these questions properly, you need to think about the subcellular structures inside cells and how they help with particular tasks.
Important exam tip. Energy in cells is released through respiration, which mainly occurs in the mitochondria. This means that any cell that needs a lot of energy will usually contain large numbers of mitochondria. Examples of specialized cells.
1. Sperm cells.
Sperm cells are specialized for reproduction. Their function is to carry the male genetic information to the egg cell during fertilization. Several structural adaptations help them perform this role. Long tail or flagellum. This allows the sperm cell to swim towards the egg cell. Streamlined head. The shape reduces resistance as the cell moves through fluid. Many mitochondria. These provide the energy needed for movement. Enzymes in the head.
These enzymes help the sperm digest the outer membrane of the egg cell, so fertilization can occur.
2. Nerve cells or neurons.
Nerve cells are specialized for rapid communication within the body.
Their main function is to carry electrical impulses from one part of the body to another. Key structural features include long cell body or axon. This allows signals to travel over long distances. Branched ends or dendrites.
These allow nerve cells to connect with many other nerve cells, forming a large communication network.
Because electrical signals slow down when they pass between cells, having a few very long nerve cells allows signals to travel faster than if there were many short cells. Nerve cells together form the nervous system. 3. Muscle cells. Muscle cells are specialized for contraction. Their main job is to shorten and relax, which allows movement of the body. Key adaptations include long shape.
This allows the cell to contract effectively.
Large numbers of mitochondria. Contraction requires a lot of energy, so muscle cells contain many mitochondria to release energy through respiration. 4. Root hair cells. Root hair cells are specialized for absorbing water and mineral ions from the soil. They are found on the surface of plant roots. Their structure helps them perform this function efficiently. Long hair-like extension. This increases the surface area, allowing more water and minerals to be absorbed. Thin cell wall. This makes it easier for substances to enter the cell. Large vacuole. This helps maintain water balance in the cell. Root hair cells do not contain chloroplasts because they are located underground, where there is no light for photosynthesis. 5. Phloem and xylem cells. Phloem and xylem cells are specialized for transporting substances around plants. They form long tubes that move materials throughout the plant. Xylem cells. Xylem transports water and mineral ions from the roots to the rest of the plant. Adaptations include cells joined end to form tubes. Hollow center, allowing water to flow easily. Strong cell walls to support the plant. Phloem cells. Phloem transports food substances such as sugars around the plant. Adaptations include long cells joined together to form tubes. Very few subcellular structures, allowing substances to move easily through the cell. Practice questions. Fact recall. 1. What is cell differentiation? 2. Describe the difference between plant cells and animal cells in their ability to differentiate. 3. A. What is the function of a nerve cell? B. Describe 2 features that make nerve cells specialized for their function. 4. Muscle cells require large amounts of energy for contraction. Which feature of muscle cells allows them to produce this energy? Application questions. 1. Gastric chief cells in the stomach produce and release digestive enzymes, which are proteins. Based on this information, explain whether you would expect gastric chief cells to contain many ribosomes and why. 2. Epithelial cells in the small intestine absorb digested food molecules from the intestine. These cells contain many folds in their cell membrane. Lots of mitochondria. Using this information, suggest 2 ways the structure of these cells helps them perform their function of absorption.